is the get doc list, and then select the scenario package, the web service design, the one just now we created. Click yes, and then for the inbound, we are going to do the inbound later. And now we just save it first. Just be sure we save it first. And then, as you can see, there was a 3 step we need to go through. The first one would be inbound, the second would be outbound, and the third one would be processing. For the inbound, what should we do next? For the inbound, because we would like to having the SOAP request, the schema like this: SOAP request body, and then get doc list. And we would like to using the get doc list to identify the method here. We would like to using the root tag. The root tag, we're using the get doc list as our method identification. And then if the SOAP request, if the web service, if the B1if find the root tag is get doc list, and then you will trigger the scenario step just now we created. So we using the root tag as the identification method. And for the churn node, for the inbound churn node, we were using them for the inbound because it's a web service call. So the inbound type, we're using the web service call, and the processing mode, we're using the synchronous mode there. And then it's triggered by the call. It's triggered by the third-party call, by .NET or by whatever. It's triggered by someone call proactively. And then, for the identification method, just now I explained, we're going to using the root tag, the SOAP request, the root tag in the SOAP request body, get doc list, and then get doc list. If the root tag equal to the identifier get doc list here, okay, we trigger this step for the further processing. Okay, and then for the retrieval, we don't need any retrieval because it will hand over to the B1if. And then in the meanwhile, in the processing, we are going to execute the query to retrieve the doc list from SAP Business One here. For the outbound, we don't need any outbound, so just don't click anything here because it's the synchronized, the external program is calling, is triggered this call, and then it's waiting for the response. So it is synchronized call. There's no outbound, so we don't need to click any outbound, define any outbound. Okay, that's the inbound and outbound. All right, now I would like to define the inbound as explained. Okay, for the inbound, I would like to define the inbound channel. The channel type. We're having quite a lot of things here. Because I would like to define it as the web service, so I using the web service call. And then the processing mode, we're having synchronized or asynchronous. Obviously, it's a synchronized call. It's waiting for the response. And then for the identification method, we're using the root tag. Okay, if the root tag equal to get doc list, and then we trigger our processing. I don't need any space here, so just save it. Okay, let me explain it once again. Get doc list. That means if the response, the root tag of the response of the request body, if the request, the root tag is the get doc list, and then you trigger our step for the further processing. The root tag equal to get doc list, and then you will trigger for the further processing there. Okay, for the retrieval, just hand over, just save it, just using hand over, just save it, and then nothing else, and then just close it, this one. And for the outbound, we just keep it NA because we don't need any outbound because it's synchronized call. We don't need any outbound here. So for the next one, what we are going to do is to how can we transform the inbound into the outbound here. Okay, let's have a look at going back to the slide here. For the processing, we are going to using the processing here, and then by clicking the processing, and then you will show us the process from the flow of the processing here. By default you will create one final step. That's the one to transform the final transformation with the XML style sheet to transform into the final SOAP response result there. So to remember, our response is the format, and we need to retrieving the sales order documentation from a list of the sales order documentation from Business One. How can we do that? We would like to have beside the final transformation, we would like to have one more call. We were having one more call, but calling circle statement with JDBC, and then in the circle code we are going to specify the query statement here. And for the first sample reference, I would like to hard code a very simple one to get all of the sales order list here, and then we need to specify which database, which B1 system you would like to call as well here as well. Probably I'm going to hard code this one as well. And then that's the processing we are going to having. And later on, I'm going to introduce the variable functionality to, let's say, the table name and doc status to replace the table name, the hardcode table name for the sales order ORDI here, and then you will be given dynamically from the SOAP request there as the inbound parameter there. Okay, so as a result, you will having the I have one circle statement call to the Business One, and then transform the sales order list into the final SOAP response format in XML here. Okay, let's going back to the live demo there. So just click the processing here. Okay, as you can see, you will generate the process flow for us, and you step by step. So we would like to having one more step for the circle call. Just click the triangle icon here, and then as you can see here, we can have a lot of code here. Beside the core circle call the JDBC circle statement, we can even call the SAP R3 with the RFC code to CRM or whatever. Or even we can call external Java class. We can call the external web service with HTTP, and we also can call Business One. Very simple as well. That means the B1if we can use in B1if to exposing the functionality from Business One, or even come from R3, or even from the external HTTP or whatever. It's just like a process modeling here, and then you can aggregate multiple code as you design the process call here. Okay, this is a very flexible one. It's not just for Business One, but also can for the for ERP or SAP ERP CRM and circle statement as well. Very even we can send the mail for notification, and as well we have quite a lot of code here. So for the simple one, I would like to call the circle statement. And just click add. Alright, and then you will see the reg right here, because we haven't specified what is the circled call there. So we just need to modify the configuration here by click the pen icon. The first things we need to specify which business